Army of the Dead is the newest Netflix movie from Zack Snyder, starring Bautista, Ana de la Reguera, Omari Hardwick, Ella Purnell, and Tig Notaro. And in this movie, this is a standalone sequel to his remake of Dawn of the Dead, released in 2004. Following a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas, a group of mercenaries take the ultimate gamble, venturing into the quarantine zone to pull off the greatest heist ever attempted. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, thank you guys so much for watching. This is another audio review. I do apologize if I have not been on camera or uploaded a video in the last couple days. I've been dealing with allergies, and that's why it took me a while to get this to you out. Also, if you like what you see here, comment down below what you think of Dawn of the Dead. Be sure to like this video, share this video with all your friends on social media, and subscribe for more live videos like this, and as well as live streams. Now, with that being said, let's get into Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead, his newest movie from Netflix, and a return to the genre that made him who he is. Let's talk about it. When it comes to Army of the Dead, this was a movie I was actually very interested to see how this film would turn out. This, of course, was combining action and zombie into two of my favorite genres into one movie, and Zack Snyder was returning to the genre that made him who he was, of course. And also because this was a Netflix movie. And also, Zack Snyder is a very talented filmmaker. He's divisive for sure, but I like almost all of his movies. His remake of Dawn of the Dead, I really like a lot. 300, I've always very much enjoyed, had a lot of fun with that. My favorite Zack Snyder film of his is Watchmen, very underappreciated. Legend of the Guardians was okay at best. I love Man of Steel. I think it's the best Superman movie we've had. Batman vs. Superman, I am a huge defender of the ultimate cut, not that lame ass chopped up theatrical edition. And I really enjoyed his version of the Justice League, and I was very happy to see him get redemption for that. The only movie of his I don't like that much is Sucker Punch, but this was the first time in a very long time for Zack Snyder where he was able to have the creative freedom he wanted, which is something I definitely think he needed desperately, because even though I am a fan of his DCEU films, he got really screwed over during production of Justice League. But Army of the Dead was really a lot of fun. Now, this did come out on May 21st, but somehow I was able to see this a little early, and which is why I waited until now to do a review for it. So let's get into the positive. Starting off with the first big positive of Army of the Dead is that this movie doesn't take itself too seriously. It knows exactly what it is. It knows that this is just a crazy, over-the-top, ridiculous zombie action film with comedy, especially with the characters and with the story that is telling her. You don't take this story too seriously. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And one of the big things that I very much appreciate about the movie is Zack Snyder's hand in this. He's basically doing most of the movie himself as far as cinematography, directing, and writing, and even producing, which I think he honestly definitely is well deserved with someone like Netflix giving him the creative freedom to do whatever he wanted. Because even though I am a fan of his DC movies, Warner Brothers really was starting to help from most of what he wanted to do, especially with Justice League. But here, his direction and his cinematography work, for a first time cinematographer, he does really good cinematography himself. You can see what's going on, the action is very well focused, doesn't have 1,000 bunch of quick edits, quick cuts, as you would see in most movies like this. And the tone is is a little unbalanced a little bit, but you have to remember you can't really take this movie too seriously. So I very much that in a lot of areas. Also, I very much really like the characters here of the camaraderie. You can relate to sort of one or two of these characters. Dave Bautista, this is my favorite performance of him, besides Drax. He's great in everything else. He's good, of course he's great in Stuber and Hotel Artemis and Spectre, and he did show some range in Blade Runner 2049, but I think here he got to show even more range as a character, and I can't wait to see him in Doom. And also in Knives Out too. Can't wait to see him in that. But he's awesome in this movie. I thought he was a lot of fun. Also, I very much liked Ella Purnell and Kate Ward, his daughter. Performance-wise, she does a good job. Character-wise, we'll get to her in negatives, but the performance, I think, also, de la Reguera and Maria Cruz, she was a lot of fun. Omari Hardwick was fun as Vanderwall. He was my favorite character in the movie. Also, Matthias Schweighöfer and was also a lot of fun. And also, you had the Coyote, played by Nora Arnezeder, who prior to this I haven't really seen anything much of. So the cast does a really great job here as well. Also, this movie action sequences are a lot of fun. A lot of fun with the action here. The zombie action is insane, especially with a lot of the zombies. You have the alpha zombies, you have the omega zombies, you have a tiger zombie in this movie. And this movie, it knows what it is. I very much appreciated that multitude of zombies and what we were trying to go for here. And there was a lot of creative ideas in this movie. I was very happy with what Zack Snyder was doing. And he got to do what he wanted to do. But you do have your usual Snyderism as far as the slow motion and a lot of what he puts in his movies, but it works here. And the family and the whole action scenario, I think, is fun. I really enjoyed what he was doing here, and just the fact that he was able to take this concept of a group of mercenaries not only trying to fight zombies, but also pull off this heist. I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very awesome in the long run. And for that, I definitely give credit to where credit is due, because he definitely did exactly what he set out to do. And the direction department and the technical aspects department and even the acting department. So I was very much impressed with what he was doing there. And for that, I gotta give Zack Snyder a round of applause for it. Now, even though this is one of my favorites of the year, there are quite a few issues here that I do have. I will say here, for the runtime, this movie is 2 hours and 28 minutes too long, and I feel like at least 10 to 15 minutes could have easily been trimmed out entirely. Because it does become a little bit overstaying as a welcome, just a little bit. Also, I did want some character development out of these characters a little bit more, but that's besides the point. As long as the characters were fun enough, acting wise and camaraderie wise, I was able to go along for it. But I did wish there was a little bit more character development. Also, I'm not really that big of a fan of the ending of the movie. Like, it's not a bad ending. It's just not that very good. It's pretty much a little bit downbeat. And also, I will say the last thing is that there is one shot with Tig Notaro, the CGI, that was noticeable, but most of the CGI was very good on my point. is another solid effort from Mr. Zack Snyder with fun on the action, mixed with a fun heist-filled movie with fun performances from Bautista, Deborah Snyder, Omari Hardwick, and the rest of the cast. Awesome cinematography, it knows exactly what it is. It does take Zack Snyder back to where he started from. I'm very happy he got to do content like this and put it on Netflix. Even though this film made a good theatrical release, I'm glad Netflix was able to let him, do whatever he wanted to do. And while this movie definitely did not need to be 2 hours and 28 minutes, I still had a blast with Army of the Dead. This is one of my favorite films of 2021, and I'm going to give Army of the Dead an Epictastic. So that was my review of Army of the Dead. What did you guys think of Army of the Dead? Did you like it? Do you hate it? Or are you somewhere in the middle? What is your favorite and least favorite Zack Snyder film? Tell me in the comment section down below. What's your favorite zombie film? Which one do you like more? His remake of Dawn of the Dead or Army of the Dead? I'm interested to hear all that in the comment section down below. All my social media links to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Letterboxd, etc. are in the description box down below. Stick around for reviews coming later this week, especially for our first 2 set of June releases. And with that being said, you guys keep it cool, enjoying the Epictasticness, and I'll see you guys in the next one.